Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Blackbird. And this is a drama starring an all-star cast of Susan Sarandon, who is a woman who's dying and wants to be euthanized by her husband, played by Sam Neill, who's a doctor. So she invites all of her family, her closest friends, her daughter Kate Winslet, married to Rainn Wilson, who have a son, her other daughter, played by Mia Wasikowska, who's a lesbian and brings her girlfriend, and Susan Sarandon's longtime friend, played by Lindsay Duncan, and they spend this weekend together. It's her last weekend before they're going to be committing this act. And obviously it deals with a very hard moral dilemma at the center. It's like, should somebody do this? Should somebody intervene into this? Is it just her decision and she should be allowed to do this if she wants? And it doesn't dig too deep into that, and there's a lot that you can go into when it comes to something like this. It mostly, the perspective it puts on this particular thing is all for relationship progression between her and her two daughters, who very obviously want to have a different kind of relationship with their mother. And where it's like, it could have been much more interesting digging deeper into seeing how Susan Sarandon feels about all this. It's really just used as a plot tool for both of her daughters to progress. They're trying to rebuild their relationship. And yes, it's emotional. It's very melodramatic, though. And all the actors in this film really come to play, though. It's fantastic acting. Susan Sarandon is fantastic. There's little moments where she's trying to laugh things off, but you can see in her face, and some little small acting choices where it really bleeds through how she's really feeling about the situation. Sam Neill has one particular moment where he really breaks down, but there's a lot of... I like to give this the Colin Robinson stamp of approval of really uncomfortable, awkward moments, because an energy vampire would have ate this film up. Trying to bring some levity here, but honestly, it's really funny because What We Do in the Shadows has affected me that much that every time I'm watching a movie and something gets really uncomfortable, I'm like thinking like what Colin Robinson does with, it's like that meter of like how awkward is this to feed off of, and this film has those moments. And the tricky thing is, a lot of those moments are really emotionally powerful because of the acting, but they do feel staged. You really feel like you're watching a film. And in many ways, honestly, a play, because it really feels that way. It's staged that way. And even the structure of how people stand in the room, this very much feels like somebody's acting out a play. And if it wasn't for such great acting, it might come off a little artificial. And it does, slightly, in the way that it's put together. But in the end, this film takes you on an emotional journey. You get to know these different characters, and they're interesting and they're layered. And I enjoyed this film. I see it has a bit of a mixed ratings, and there's only like 5 user ratings on it so far, but it has like a 20% because only one person put it fresh. But I liked it. It's not great. It's not the best drama you're going to see in 2020. But I felt engaged enough because of this impressive cast, who all really deliver strong performances. But in the end, could have dug a little deeper. Could have been a little less staged and showy. But in the end, I enjoyed Blackbird. And if you really enjoy good drama, I think you'll get something out of this. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.